Catus, Maximus here, this time with a review of the OEM tools. They call this the Master Driver Bit Set, although they have the logo set to where you can read it when it's standing up. I guess that's okay, but it's a little odd when it's upside down when you're opening it. It doesn't even say Star Bit Set, it just says Bit Driver Set, so yeah, and a little cheesy there. These are, and I think this the reason they sent me these was to prove that they have been updating their packaging to show limited lifetime warranty. These are also Taiwanese. OEM Tools is a division of Great Neck Tools. Ultimately, the moral of the story is I don't think I'm going to recommend this set at all. It runs in the $50 to $60 range. They call it a master set, but it comes up short. It does come with E-Torx or exterior Torx sockets, but it stops at E18 instead of going all the way up to E24. Also, these normal Torx sockets, or non-external, are chrome vanadium, but they don't talk about the material of the bit itself. I don't know if that's chrome vanadium or S-tool. And, you know, as cheesy as the Pittsburghs are, at least they aren't afraid to show that they are S2 steel bits and chrome vanadium steel bodies. And ultimately, I'm going to recommend the Pittsburghs just because it's a pretty complete set and super easy to replace the Pittsburgh ones because of Harbor Freight's 1,000 stores if one of them breaks. And that's kind of the deal with Torx bits, is they do oftentimes break because they're fasteners that oftentimes have a lot of force on them, and it's just inevitable. Even the very high-end bits after some use can shear, especially on, you know, certain German automobiles, and lots of time door hinge strike plates are using these, and sometimes they are just really stuck. The other thing that's a little bit odd is they do include both security hollow, or they call them hollow, and non-security versions. And in most situations, the difference in material that hole makes, this bit's not going to be very much weaker than this bit. So I would have preferred a wider selection and just have them all be security Torx. That way they could work in either situation rather than including two redundant sets, both security and non-security, when it's just a nominal increase in strength. When people are buying master sets, when you call something a master set, you're expecting to get essentially all sizes or as many as possible. I would have also expected to see a T70 in the half-inch drive, and they call this a 3/8 quarter or a quarter-inch 3/8 and half-inch drive set, but there's only two sockets in here that are actually half-inch drive, so that's also just a little bit cheesy. And speaking of strength, see these E-Torx, these are OTC, so Owatonna Tool Company. We can just see that the body of the OTCs is quite a bit thicker. The drive end it's a bit absurd. The OTCs will never ever split on you, but nonetheless, just to show that this OEM is a bit thin. External Torx can take these types of fasteners can take a huge amount of force, especially on a T8 or an E18. And so I would have liked to see just a little bit more strength in there, although it's probably just fine in most situations. OTC wouldn't have made them this thick for no reason at all, probably just because they wanted to make sure OTC wanted to make sure they wouldn't split even under the most extreme of circumstances. And that's generally what you expect from sockets. You expect the socket to be the strongest of the chain. Either the ratchet breaks or the drive tool breaks or the head of the fastener twists off, but you never should have to worry about a socket splitting. I don't know if these will split, but you'd only be able to find out trying to run on a T18 that is torqued, to the absolute maximum. So overall, I mean, it's an okay set. It's excessively redundant with all the different sizes of both security and non-security Torx, as well as kind of cutting you short on the larger sizes. And there are other oddities too, where they kind of cut you off. Like I said here, they got a T55 is the largest, the hollow ones, but they give you a T60 in the non-security. And then oddly enough, they give you a T7 in the security version, but no T7 in the standard one. So it would have been nice to see smaller sizes, a T5, T6, because those are used on hard drives and computers and small electronics all the time. For a master set, I would be expecting definitely a few more bits here. I don't think this is the worst set, but I would definitely do my homework and maybe only consider this as if it's really the cheapest one that you can find. But most situations, you're going to be better off, say, buying a Pittsburgh, buying some kind of dedicated Torx socket set, and buying another dedicated external Torx socket set, and you're going to end up with more sizes, probably for less money or the same. So anyway, kind of a neat set, but I think it just falls a little bit short. And if it's something that wasn't sent to me, it isn't something that I would have bought. Anyway, I really appreciate everybody who's been watching and subscribing. And if you haven't subscribed, please do. Until next time, Catus Maximus out.